You are here still beating yourself down for something you did 3 months ago because you think that God is holding it against you. Listen to me. God does not hold things against people. So listen to this. If the glue of Christ and you is the strongest, who glued us? He did. Now, if a strong man holds you, you cannot separate yourself. Hope you know that. Sometimes you hold your child and you say, hey, you cannot. It depends on who's holding you. You're not holding God. He's holding you. And one of the things the Lord said is, I will never leave you. That's what the master said. You need to begin to understand that the goodness of God is eternal. God has been good before you were born. He is not changing like us. Say, John, did he give me biscuits? I'm not his friend again. I'm not Michael's friend. That's human beings. In the first place, you don't qualify for the goodness of God. Every goodness you receive from God is a reflection of God's nature, not us. But religion has taught us different and has impacted on our mind. Let me show you a couple of scriptures. Go to the book of Exodus quickly. Race there. Exodus 18, 8-9. There you will see the priest of Midian. His name was Jethro. He was the father-in-law of Moses. I prefer the King James translation. Israel has successfully departed from Egypt, crossed the sea, and life had begun. And Moses told his father-in-law all that the Lord had done unto Pharaoh and to the Egyptians for Israel's sake, and all the travail that had to come upon them by the way, and how the Lord delivered them. Next verse 9. Can we all read this together? I want to go. One more time. And Jethro rejoiced for all the goodness which the Lord had done to Israel. Can you see how Jethro interpreted God's action? He called it the goodness of God. Now let me tell you this. Israel were never deserving of God's goodness. In short, the moment Moses told them about God's intention to rescue them, and he told Pharaoh, Pharaoh got offended. And Pharaoh said, I know why you people want to go. It's because you are lounging. So I'm going to make it more difficult for you. And the moment life became more difficult for them in Egypt, these same people complained. Number two, they got out of Egypt. They were at the Red Sea. They complained again. In the midst of their complaint, they said to Moses, is it that there are no graves in Egypt that you brought us out here to die? In the midst of their complaint, God opened the sea for them to pass through. They were thirsty. They complained. They wanted to kill Moses several times. They were hungry. They were crying. God gave them food. Moses went to talk to God in prayer to receive the law. Before he came back, they had built a golden calf to take them back to Egypt. Yet God still took them to the promised land. You know why? The promise was made to Abraham, not to any Israelite. The promise to successfully take them out of captivity. I'm going somewhere, follow me now. To the promised land was not made to Moses, was not made to Aaron, neither to any Israelite. The promise was made to who? Abraham. And so God had to keep his promise that he made to Abraham because he is good. The promise to bless the Christian was not made to the Christian but to Christ. God actually did not promise you anything. All the promises are made in Christ. The goodness of God to you today is on account of him and his son. The terms and conditions were not signed by us, but between God and his son. Learn to trust in the eternal goodness of God. Jesus was on the cross. The Bible tells us that there were two thieves crucified, one on the other side, and one of them was insulting him, Jesus. And the other one said, why are you insulting him? We are here because of the crimes we committed. He said, but this man is righteous. He has done nothing. And one of the thieves said, remember me this day. And Jesus said, today you shall be with me in paradise. Brothers and sisters, that thief had no opportunity to change his life, but he made it to heaven. He had no opportunity to undo what he had done, but he made it to heaven. Why? Because he met Jesus. There's some of you here, you have been repenting from a sin for 12 years. You are wasting your time. One statement, the thief said, remember me. He said, I will remember. You are here still beating yourself down for something you did 3 months ago because you think that God is holding it against you. Listen to me. God does not hold things against people.